Something that I work on with my clients is teaching them how to step into their highest and best versions of themselves. Oftentimes, people think that the best version of themselves means more income, more success, you're more shredded in the gym, or richer. And that's just not the truth. The reason that we want to live in our highest and best version of ourselves is because when we have this potential, this unexpressed potential, it breeds resentment. And then it creates this gap from who you are being now to who you want to be. And in that gap, it creates anxiety, shame, and procrastination. And so being able to step into that highest and best version of yourself, it's not some future fantasy version that's out there or maybe one day. It's about aligning your standards and values with who you choose to be today and each and every day. But before we can figure out what the highest and best version looks like, we have to define what is best self. So best self isn't more accomplishments. It's not more money. It's the more aligned version with you. It's about your behavior and the things that you do when no one is watching, and how you hold yourself accountable, how you keep those small promises to yourself, how you have emotional regulation instead of reaction, and how you lead with self-respect, not approval seeking. So practical ways to identify your highest and best self is you can ask yourself, what values do I want to live by daily? Where am I currently out of integrity with myself? And what habits would the best version of me stop doing immediately? What small action today would move me forward towards alignment? Now, when I think of my highest and best self, I think of how does she show up? What energy is she in? How does she carry herself? How does she speak? What does she wear? Who is she associating with? Where does she spend her time? What is she doing throughout the day? And so once I have a very clear idea on that highest and best self, I just start acting like it. Even though maybe it hasn't happened, but it's a standard that I hold myself to. So I step into alignment, and this is essentially how you can quantum leap into that highest and best self, by acting as if you're already that version. So once you get your standards in alignment, you stop seeking approval of trying to be this perfect version of yourself. You'll start to see that you already are living your highest and best version.